founder and CEO of Phallus on Purpose, where we support low-income single mothers, providing them with the resources and tools needed to aid and support their professional and personal development.
All right, sweetheart. We are live. We are back. Another week. Hey, everyone. And as you come in, you guys know what to do. Drop the city and state where you're checking in from. We're so excited to be back. It's every 2 weeks now, so we miss you guys in between. Yeah, so this is Sonya's Boss Up Corner, where we're weekly live, where every 2 weeks now, where we're all things boss lady, boss up, boss life. We're all about entrepreneurs, shining the light on these beautiful queens in the community doing amazing things. Oh my goodness. So we got a good one tonight, guys. We have a Coach Laurie is in the house. She's in the building. She come to share with us tonight. We are super excited. We're gonna have some fun tonight, guys. We're gonna have some fun. So make sure you invite someone. Like and share. Like, share, tag, whatever you got to do. So get them in here. So we can shout you guys out. So go ahead and drop the city and state. All right. Well, let me introduce to some, if you Laurie, you hadn't seen her, you hadn't, this is my posting queen. This is the posting queen, honey. So yes, I introduced you.
Gotta learn reels, though. Gotta learn how to do these reels.
You got to keep them in bed. Like you said, you got to stay in front of them, honey. Keep them on first in front of your mind. Yes. So Coach Laurie. So yes, she's in the building. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about Laurie. We want to know about you.
Laurie, and known as Great Dimples, and known as Laurie, as known as Auntie Laurie, and known as Mama Laurie. Laurie, what am I? Laurie, I am a student engagement coach, behavior coach / mentor for the school district. So what I do is I coach and develop at-risk youth in the areas of academics, attendance, and behaviors. And when I tell you I'm passionate about my job, I'm also a family engagement specialist. So I deal with parents, I deal with guardians to see how they can bridge the gap between and act as a liaison between the school, the teachers, and the students. I'm also an influencer, as some people would like to call me. And I'm really involved. I'm heavily involved in community service. Every weekend, you can see me doing something related to kids, related to parents. I have a passion for single parents because I'm one myself. But I'm always in the community doing something to uplift parents and uplift kids. So That's me.
Yes, you are. And we see you all over. We know you love those babies, honey. That's all I see is posts about your babies.
They're all my babies. They're all my babies. I was at an event, and there's this really great organization by Nicola, and it's called Girls Who Brunch. It was an awesome event this weekend. And I met one of my influencer babies that I always talk to online. And my other baby's like, are you going to adopt her too? You've already got like 30 of us. I'm like, we're not. There's room for all of us. There's room for all of us. Yeah, I love what I do. I'm really passionate about what I do.
Yes. And it shows in everything you do, everything you post, everything we see coming from you. So tell us, are you from Atlanta?
No, actually, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I've been in Atlanta since 1989. So I claim Atlanta my home. I got here at the age of 22. I just seen Atlanta in the Ebony book one weekend. And I said, I'm moving to Atlanta. I graduated from college. I was homeless. A lot of people don't know my story. I moved here. I had a great family that hosted me for a minute. Then when they ran out, I stayed in my car. I was homeless for a second. And a lot of people don't know my backstory. So, and I was determined to make it. So here I am. I've been here about 35 years.
Wow. And doing amazing things. I mean, like you're all over the place. The great connections where God has taken you. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yes, ma'am.
It really is. When I go back and think about what they say, when you think about the goodness of God and all that He has done for you, looking at my story and how I got here and what I went through and where I am now.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a testimony.
It is. It's a testimony. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So tell us a little bit about the business. You know what I mean? I know you deal with the kids and the coaching. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Lynx Family Engagement Services, I began that business because that's all I do. I mean, that is my purpose, my passion, my why. I kind of stumbled into this after I got a divorce. I didn't have a job. I was in telecommunications. And then my kids were always sick. So I was a stay-at-home mom. So I had to start all over. And so I became a volunteer in the school district. And I wasn't filling kids. I mean, I wasn't a kid person. But I had 30 days by court order to get a job. So I started off as substitute teaching. And I always got I don't like to call kids bad because kids are not bad. You got to separate the trauma from the child. I always got these kids who and it was my favorite thing. Like I love working with kids with behavior problems. I know that's my passion. I stay in my lane. And so after that, I got offered a family engagement position. So I started going out into the community. That's why I'm so heavy into community, because I built relationships.
Yes.
And so after that, there was this great opportunity coming because I had my own office and kids would always come. I was like a little counselor without the counseling degree. And there was this opportunity for a program. I don't want to mention the program alive, but there was an opportunity for a program in my school. I said, hey, I'm already doing that. And they was like, we already hired our person. And if my boss is working, thank you for hiring me. And he was like, I said, but you know what? God has given me this position because this is supposed to be me. And I got it. And once I started doing it, and once I started implementing the practices that I have with, my son, Sean, and my daughter, Kennedy, I started seeing amazing results. And then people would always ask me, well, what are you doing? Can you help my child? Can you help my child? And I said, you know what? I have to start charging for my intellectual property, because even though it's a gifting, there's a lot of certifications that I do have and a lot of studying that I do, to do what I do to make kids successful. And so I'm not a perfect mom. My kids school me on a lot of things. So the things that I implement with my families and with my kids, it's everything that I'm learning from my kids, because so many times we want to say, hey, can you fix my child? And you're the one that needs to be fixing. And parents aren't ready for that conversation. So that's when I started my business, is because I wanted to bridge the gap between parents, students, caregivers, schools, and everything. So it makes kids successful. So that's how I started my journey with Lynx Family Engagement Services.
And I love that, because like you said something key: bridge the gap between the parents and the kids. And because a lot of times we don't realize that, we're constantly focused on the child, and
it's the parents. We create the kids.
Yes. And in their environment as well.
Yes. Because if you fix a child and you put them back in a toxic environment, you have wasted your money, your time, your energy. And most of my kids have behavior issues, where I'm talking about they're fighting, they're shooting, they're cussing. You know what I mean? And people are like, how do you deal with them? They don't bother me. I mean, if you let me say this. When I go around and I get my kids, it takes about 3 months for me to really get to know them, for them to start opening up. Because kids with trauma don't trust you, because they have no trust, right? So then when you start talking, and I did a group session, I said, okay, so how many parents said good morning? How many minutes your parents spent with you for the week? Or let's say break it down to a day.
Yes.
How many parents asked you how you were doing? Nothing. Parents are so clueless. Not all. I would say about 97% parents are clueless about anything that's going on with their kids.
And that's I mean, and that you tell them the truth, because especially now, and then you have all the technology, social media, so the kids are just locked up. They're they're on their phones, computers, so you have no clue. A lot of parents have no clue what the kids are into, what they're doing, what they're watching, to put into their spirit.
They don't, because parents are on social media all the time. My parents always like, could you stop asking me questions? I'm 23, I'm 19. I'm sorry, that's just me. I know not everything about my kids, but for the most part, we have good relationships. You know, it took some time. It took some, if my daughter's watching, it took some time. It took some therapy. You know
Yes.
what I mean? But I believe that parents need to get therapy too. Because
Yes.
we pass down all those toxic traits to our kids, and
Mhm.
it's not healthy. It's not
Yes.
healthy.
And I agree with you. I mean, I just was telling my sister the other day, I was like, oh my goodness, I definitely, and I've been saying I'm gonna get in therapy, but I told her, send me the information because I need to sign up. That is something I think is crucial too. Like your mental health, social health, and relationships,
Mm-hmm.
with your relationships, dealing with others. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And kids now, they don't have any communication skills because all they do is what you doing. I mean, WYD, this. It's like they don't know how to do conflict resolution. They don't know how
Yeah.
to talk because everything is a text. Everything is social media. So
Yeah.
when my kids at school, like I have this thing, you train people how to treat you, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yes.
we assume that kids know that. They'll come in and just interrupt the conversation. So I start early, you knock on my door, you say, "Good morning, Miss Sanford," and I'll acknowledge you.
Mhm.
Then may I enter? Yes, you may. And then
Mhm.
if I'm talking, pardon the interruption.
Mhm.
I don't do doors. So I
Mhm.
teach my young men to open doors. We learn chivalry. And then when
Mhm.
the girls pass in, they have to say thank you because a man is not obligated to treat you
Yeah.
nice. And so when he does, you say thank you. We just assume that all of these kids have manners and they
Yeah.
don't. So
Mm.
it's about reteaching societal norms. It's about creating character, and kids need structure. They crave structure.
Yes.
They
Mhm.
crave because they feel more secure in structure.
Mhm.
So
Yes. Same.
those are, yeah, those are kind of things when I talk to parents, because I'm very unconventional and how I coach, kids. So I always tell, I give a caveat. I cuss. Sorry, sometimes it comes out. I allow
Yeah.
the kids that I coach to maybe have one or two choice cuss words because they have to
Mhm.
get that out. Now it's not
Yeah.
going to be a whole bunch of things, but it's
Mhm.
kind of like allow them to decompress, allow them to come back to it. You know, so it's
Mhm.
things that I'm working on too, but for the
And
most part.
wow. And it takes a special person to just, when you told me you deal with behavior, I'm like, well, why not deal with, but for
Yeah.
you to just, yeah, and you're so
Mhm.
comfortable in it and you love it. You
I
love
do.
you
I
know,
love
you.
my job. I mean, I get kids. Actually, I had a child who threatened to shoot and kill me. And it's one of my babies. But the thing is,
Wow.
sometimes we deal with mental illness with our kids,
Yeah.
and I'm also trained in mental health first aid. So
Mhm.
like when I see kids and teachers are just yelling at him, I'm like, okay, he's walking slow, he's sleeping all the time. It's depression. So I
Yeah.
tell the parents, hey, I'm not a therapist, but I am trained in this area. You might want to get your child evaluated. And most of the time, these kids are depressed. Most of the
Yes.
time, they're losing people, to COVID, and no one thinks to give them therapy. So what,
Yes.
we just send them back to school, put a band-aid, you're fine, get over
Mhm.
it. And one thing I hate is when parents don't validate. You know what I mean? Or they never, you be like, and it's something I used to do that I had to go back and redo. Like, your feelings don't matter. And when I
Mm.
was going through something with, one of my kids, and it brought it to my attention, like, my feelings are not validated. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like I was looking at it from my perspective. And
Mhm.
so many young girls I get, like, if they're sexually molested, if they try to tell their parents, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, you just get over it. It happened to me. I mean, and I'm still here." You know
Mm.
what I mean? So it's
Wow.
kind of like what goes in my house stays in my house,
Yes.
and it's killing our kids. It's
Yes.
killing our kids.
Definitely. And that is so, I mean, I can relate to that because I know, coming from old school, raised with old school
Yeah.
grandmamas and all this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. And things like that, molestation and everything that went on,
Mhm.
it's hush hush.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk
Mhm.
about that. That's,
Mhm.
sweep it under
Mhm.
the rug. And
Mhm.
so then now in turn, you have these parents that, that was birthing them. That's what they were told. Just carry
Mhm.
it. Just
Mhm.
forget
And
about
a
it.
lot of boys are getting molested too, and
Yes.
parents don't want to have that conversation
Yes.
because they
Yes.
don't ask their kids. A lot of parents don't even spend time with their kids. They don't, and it's like
Mhm.
kids want presence. They want your presence versus
Yes.
your present. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. That time spent is
Mhm.
more important than you going out buying these Jordans, buying these
Yeah.
PlayStations, and this. They can care less about that. They want you. They want your time, your time. They
Mhm.
want to, just sit down and talk with them, have a conversation. So
Mhm.
yeah, that time is way, it's precious.
This precious, you can't get that back. And that's what they need. Especially, I say now these kids on a whole different level. So that's why I'm like, kudos to you, hat off to you.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different level. Because when I was growing up, I won't say my age, but we got whoopings at school. Then you got whoopings on your way home because they heard what you did. Then you got whooping by Big Mama. Then you got whooping by your auntie because everybody was your auntie. And then you got home, you still got beat, and you didn't even do it. But your teacher said you did it.
You didn't even do
it. Or why? Now you a parent, I'm like, I'm gonna call your mom. They be like, call her.
I'll call her for you.
They be like, call her, and what? Okay. So I just handle my kids, and on my case load, we have an understanding.
Wow.
So we don't talk like I'm a gift, so you don't have to talk to me. I always tell them I'm gonna get paid on the 1st and the 15th every month.
And I just love it. I just love you and love your personality. And that's just so you. Like, I could care less, I'm here with you. No. And it don't bother you. I love it.
But it does, because you know what? They have to understand that I'm in their corner. I'm their biggest advocate. Yes. I go hard for my kids. So when they have that moment where they want to disrespect me, it's okay. Then we won't talk for a week. And then you'll just have to miss my presence. Yes. And it's like, Miss Hanford, no, try again next week. Probation.
Yes.
You have to just think of different strategies.
Yeah. And I just love it. So, I mean, in this space, what keeps you going every day? I mean, just getting
because I get excited. I mean, like, I literally love my job. I mean, I get excited because I get to run my own program. I'm in Tucker. So Tucker is a great community. And I have to give a shout out. If Meg Thomas is watching this video, Meg Thomas is one of my community partners. Like, when I tell you, she always supports my program. She the Facebook page, hey, have Laurie's back. If I need something, it's a phone call away. So I get excited about the community that I'm in. You know what I mean? Every 2 years I rotate schools, but Tucker is the best community that I've been in. And also I have good friends, like my best friend Shamina, who's also my Sans, my sword, Nicole Collins, who just keeps pushing me, in Cortesia, Oxford. I just have people who continue to just push me. Laurie, you're promoting everybody else. Why aren't you promoting yourself? Why don't you promote yourself? But when I see my kids, and I have a lot of kids who are influencers, if you see who, when I post. So when I hang out with my influencers, babies who's making triple what I'm making, it inspires me because they're dreaming. These kids hustle hard. And I say, if these kids at 15 and 16 and 17 are making almost, getting to the millionaire mark doing their dream, why can't I? Yes. They keep me young. And I just to see, and I still mentor some of the kids I had since 7th grade. These kids are now 23. Dakari is a professional boxer. I used to tell him in school, he got in trouble all the time, but I knew his story. Nobody knew his story, right? And he was like, he's a troublemaker. He's like, Miss Hanford, I want to box. Box then, dude. You could go to the Olympics. Dakari is a professional boxer at 23. I mean, so I can see these kids like 10 years down the road, the things that we talk about now that they're doing,
Yes. And that's special to just, keep that connection and yes, and know that you help birth, help birth that path for them or lay the path for them, just pouring into them, and to see them now just succeed and go on and do amazing things.
Yes. And then I had one, and even my daughter, like, she graduated with honors, from West Georgia. She became a Delta. She was a legacy. My son, Sean, Sean, he's a freshman at Kennesaw State, just got his real estate license at 19. So you know what? So you can start, when you start seeing the fruits of everything that you plan. I got Amani Bennett. She's got her master's. There's so many kids that I can tell you that I've had since they were 12, 13, and now are just doing great things. Because I believe when you start with a child, you can't drop them.
Yes. With them. Stay connected with them, and that's what I tell you. It's about the child. Some people we get into our feelings or about the parents or whatever, but it's about that child, and just really pouring into them. So, oh my goodness, guys, as you come in, we have viewers. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. If you have any questions for Coach Laurie,
please ask me some questions.
Let's put her in the hot
Facebook Live for parents. How to better interact with your kids. because parents, I think we just really missing the mark. We really
Oh,
don't.
that would be amazing.
I
You
would love
definitely
to
should
do
do that.
a
Do
Facebook.
it.
Yeah,
Yes, do it. I definitely
it's
encourage
like
you
a
to do that.
question and answer session, because it's
Yes.
kind of like I do know what I really know what I'm doing. So
You do, and you do, and we need your help. Just like you said, some parents are clueless. They don't know because you do better when you know better, and just some
yeah.
just don't know. And just think the last couple of years, 2.5 years or so with the pandemic,
Yes.
it didn't make it any better. It shed a lot of light.
Yes,
Yes,
these kids are depressed. A
yes,
lot of my babies are depressed. And
yes.
parents just be like, you sleeping all day. They're depressed. They don't know how to
Mhm,
process all of this stuff.
mhm.
We don't even know how to process all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't, there's so many things I want to say, but I'm gonna let people ask questions. If
Oh, and we
they're
have
ready.
Ebony on. Thank you so much, Ebony, for
Wait
joining
a
us.
minute, hold on. Which Ebony is that? I can't.
Ebony Bell. Yes.
That's the one I was talking about. I have her daughter Imani, the one who just got the master's degree.
Well, she said, hey man, she said, my baby is doing big things thanks to
She
you for
is.
pouring into her. Oh my goodness. She said,
Oh,
"I was the
Ebony.
present."
Look, and see, I didn't even know Ebony because I can't see who's online. See, that's
Yes.
what I was just talking about. Her baby just got her master's.
Oh, that's what I said. I'm sure the parents appreciate that. They appreciate you. Someone just loving on their kids. You know, you don't have to do what you do, because it's not your children, but for that love you have.
Mhm.
That's your love and passion and just giving of your time and self to all these babies.
And like my kids are doing some great things too. So I'm really proud of my kids too. Everybody
Yeah.
has to find their way and but it didn't come without challenges. And Ebony, me and Ebony are great friends. So, we both had some bumps and bruises along the way, thinking we're all of this, and our parent and our kids just break us down to the lowest common denominator.
Yes.
Like, can you believe she said that to me? Well, boo, it's true. Oh, it might be.
It might be just a little bit. So thank you so much, Ebony. Aisha's joining us. Gloria Cos. Hey, hello. She's like, hey, coach. They're speaking to you. Thank you guys so much for joining. But before we get out of here, what can we expect from Laurie in the future? What is
Oh yes, Isha Akbar, Jamila Muhammad is my baby. That's my baby. If you see me post, me and Jamila, we go to LA together. We was just together last weekend. If you go back and look at my post at Gray Dimples on
Uh-huh.
Instagram, me and Jamila, that's my baby.
Wow. So you and Aisha, yeah, one of you
Yeah,
guys,
because she said
baby.
Jamila. Yeah, because I post Jamila. Jamila, that's the one I was telling you when we were
Okay.
at our event, and she was like, "Are you going to adopt somebody else? You already got 30 of us."
Yes. Don't take away from us. They don't want to. Don't take away from their attention.
So me and Jamila, that's my baby, 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 baby.
Oh. And
What can
I
you
know
expect
this.
from Laura? What is another
Yes.
question? I love you too,
What?
Ebony.
Oh, go ahead. We got any more questions, guys? Go ahead and drop your questions.
Y'all need to ask because I'm giving this one for free.
Yeah.
So whatever questions you have, I'm like,
They better get it in. Get it in now. Huh?
I am certified in restorative practices. I mean, mental health first aid. I
Mm.
mean, I'm not new to this. So whatever y'all have.
You've been doing it a long time, a long time.
Um,
So, what can we expect from Laurie? What is some of Laurie
I don't
going?
want to drop it off right now, but I
Well,
am working
not
on
everything.
something.
Just yeah.
I'm working on, and like I was telling you before, I promote everybody's businesses.
You
If you look at me, and I want everyone to go follow me. I'm going to give you to Instagram at Gray Dimples. I'm gonna put it in the track
okay?
at GREY
Okay.
Dimples DIMPLES, and then I also have a page that I'm going to start posting to. It's called at Lynx Family Engagement. So
Okay.
I'm going to start building up my social media for my business.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to rebrand my website, and I'm working on some self-help books to bridge the communication between parents and kids, because I really don't think parents understand.
Yes.
I think
And
we are clueless of actually parenting. Not all of us, so don't come for me. Uh, these kids are not the kids that we knew 20 years ago.
mm-hmm.
Allow your child to dream. I know Mr. Harvey, when we do the Steve Harvey Camp for Boys, when we did that, he
Yes.
always said, quit pushing your agenda on your kids.
Your kids,
He was
yeah.
like, he always saying, go to college, do this, do this. He said, focus on what their dream is. And that resonated with me. He said, because their dream is going to fuel everything that they want to do. I have kids, like I said, who ain't even went to college, who's making triple, and they're not even 18 yet because they're dreaming.
Yes,
They're
dream.
dreaming. Send out kids. I implore every parent on this thing, just send out for 30 minutes. And you know what? It might be hard for some parents because they really don't like their kids and the kids don't like them. And that's true. To sit out for 30 minutes one day and don't ask, so how was your day? Don't ask closed-end questions. I'm dropping some jewels. Y'all might want to take some.
Okay, yeah. That's helping.
Open conversations. Don't ask a yes or no answer. Okay. So tell me about your day. Instead of how was your day?
How was your okay? I like that.
What do you think about? What's your dreams? You know what I mean? What are you dreaming about? Do anything for free, what would you do? Because when you would do it for free, that's your passion, that's your purpose, that's your why.
Yes.
And then you know what?
I love that.
Yeah, because the thing is, as educators, and this is where I get excited. As educators, we don't make a lot of money. We don't. But when you know your purpose and your passion and why, God gives you a merited favor.
Yes.
Wherever I go, it's favor. So when you see me here, Lord, how you do this? How you do this? God's favor. Because when you do what He tells you to do, you always show up and people will bless you.
I love that. Your gift will make room for you. And I see
great men.
Yes.
And go ahead.
Oh, no. I see that on your life. Oh, I'm following you and everything. And I know it's God's favor. It's just all over you. And I admire that. And I love that. I'm like, oh my goodness, because you give back, you pour so much of yourself out.
I do. And you know what? And sometimes always check on your strong friends because we get tired. Our cup gets empty. You know what I mean? And how do you encourage to be strong? You know what, Ebony?
Yes.
And I won't say his name. He has to find his way, and he's going to find his way. Everybody, because me and Ebony, Ebony has 2 kids, right? Three babies. And every child is different. One is this one, and one is still needs to be encouraged. And Ebony, what I would say, and you can call me offline, is just keep encouraging him. Keep encouraging him, keep believing in him. You know what I mean? And you already know our dynamics, Ebony, and what I just went through. So he's going to find his way. And let's celebrate what he just did. So let's stay on that for about, 2 months and keep applauding that. And then everything else is going to just follow. And you can call me because, I'll definitely have a conversation with them.
I love it. I love it. Yes, and that's what you all about, honey.
I get excited about my stuff. I do.
Oh, and I know, and I can wait to see, all the things you got in the works, everything, how God is going to really just bless and blow your mind. I'm just super.
I appreciate that because I'm going to disappear for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yes, focus on you. That's I
have to because I focus on everybody else. I'm always pushing everyone else's agenda. And I never push my own.
Yes.
And before I die, and there's too much going in the world, I have to do what God told me to do before I leave.
Don't let those dreams and goals die with you. Yes. You must do His will. You must do it. Make it happen. So before we get out of here, how can we
not yet.
Go ahead. You're having so much fun. You got to do that Q&A with the parents, and that would be so awesome. Yes, put that.
I do want to do that. Yes. You guys, do y'all have any questions that y'all want to ask?
Come on, drop those questions.
You better get it while it's free right now.
I think Mimi Thomas, I'm definitely tapping in with you, Coach Laurie. Mimi, thank you for joining.
I'm unconventional, but I get the job done. I have proven results.
Yes, she does. And go follow her, guys. Make sure you follow her on social media. Go ahead and give them your social media links, how they can stay connected and support you.
For some reason, okay, Ebony said, let's do a live tomorrow on IG. Oh, you guys, I'm ready to fly out. I'm ready to do a game show. So I'm ready to fly out. I live my little life.
Yes, Missy be everywhere.
I know I am everywhere. I'm trying to figure out how to do this chat. Now, I'm not savvy on social media. Hold on. Okay. So my, it's at Gray. This is Instagram at Gray, Grey, Dimples, Dimples. Get it? Great Dimples. And then my Lynx family engagement is at, this is Instagram, Lynx,
Okay.
Links, family, FAMILY, engagement, ENGAGEMENT. Now I'm going to be posting more on Lynx family engagement because I'm going to start building up my business.
Yes, you have to. And I'm going to post this now. I just changed it for you and I'm going to put this up. Guys, make sure you go and follow, like, share, go and follow Coach Laurie. She's doing amazing things in the community. We appreciate you coming on and sharing tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And everybody who joined, I really appreciate it. And I mean, I just thank you for this opportunity. Because sometimes you kind of get really like lower yourself, like, what am I doing? It's the summertime, I'm out for summer. And then this guy just gives you something to be like, I told you what to do. And this is perfect timing.
Yes, because it's time to go forth.
And I'm going to get a picture of this real quick. So bear with me.
Oh, yes, definitely. So, guys, do you have any more questions? We appreciate each and every one of you joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys loving on us tonight. Make sure you like and share. And you can definitely catch the replay.
Yes.
Like and share your pages, and follow. Make sure you follow Coach Laurie on all social media links: Facebook, Instagram. I have one up right now, and Fabulous on Purpose. We love you guys. We are here, fabulousonpurpose.org. We appreciate you sharing. We appreciate just being able to bring amazing queens on like yourself, to share what you're doing in the community and connect and partner with you. So we're always here. You need us. You know, I'm here. You call on me, whatever you need. I am here for you.
I appreciate it. And then we need to do a collaboration because I do work with single moms too. So we can maybe do a workshop on how to best,
we definitely got to do that. I am working on something now. I'm going to call you. Because that's what you make me think, we got 100 things going on, but we're working on something now. So, and you will be perfect. So I'll just see if you're interested in,
All right.
All right.
Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate you, Sonya.
Yes, I appreciate you. And as always, guys, you are fabulous on purpose. We love you, and tune in again in 2 weeks. We'll be right here, same place, same time, 7 p.m. All right. We love you guys, and y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.